I was right there with him when it happened. Now it's happening to me. Whatever you do, don't fight it.
Don't fight it.
The truth always wins. It always gonna come. Everything gonna settle. People gonna take shots at. Are you willing to withstand the shots that you're about to take?
Even after you go through this situation, it's the misconceptions about the situation because you can't talk or say nothing. Yeah. And now you're waiting for your time until you're done to say what you want to say.
Yeah.
But now you got to fight that to be able to fight for your career.
And you find yourself doing that you normally wouldn't do.
Bro, you
doing extra. Get magnified, right? When your voice get minimalized. That's the point where you feel like you're not wanted. But I still gotta come be professional in this situation.
Yep.
Damn, I found myself, I gotta, yo, P, what you need? Oh, you need a sandwich? I'm gonna give you 2 sandwiches. Like you doing nut ass like, I don't know what the are you doing?
Hey,
like,
yo,
don't worry. You need me to tell her.
I got you.
You need me to tell her equipment manager.
I got you, bro.
Bring Cash out sneakers. Like, you doing dumb shit. This is where you get lost in the game and you start being out there like, yo, why P ain't take that shot? Out there like, I don't know if I should take this shot. That's the real shit of this NBA shit. It's a handful of people who don't go through this.
Yep, it is.
So I like to speak for the 95%.
Bro. There's a conversation happening between us. Between me and Mello, me and Russ. Russ, another one. Listen, dog. I can't wait for Russ to watch this, bro. He gonna cry laughing when he see this, bro.
Oh my God.
Listen, man.
He like, yo, 7. Come on, 7. No. I ain't let that shit.
Yo, what, man? Every day, bro. Russ just look at me like, yo, Tuck, I don't care about none of that shit. Come on, bro. He's like, come on, cuz. Come on. Bro, I swear, bro. Russell Westbrook, bro. I swear, man. People never understand.
They telling you, yo, chill, just chill. Everything gonna be all right.
Bro,
No, it's not. Ain't gonna be all right.
Man, House of Underdog talk, man. House of Underdog pod, man. We is back with another one. You know we not sticking our toes in to see if the water cold or not. I'm jumping straight in. Coming with that NBA talk, man. NBA trade talk, man. You know, next month trade deadline. And a few players who I think they just need a new scenery, new opportunity. Because you know opportunity is everything in that NBA. Number 1, Ja. You know, simple as day. You know what I mean? Clear as day. And I'm just going to say it like this. I think Miami would be the best fit as far as, you know, helping him become a better athlete and, you know, be able to sharpen his skill set to be in his own shoes outside of the basketball court. You know what I mean? Heat culture is a real thing. I think, you know, Pat Riley has been around greats. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about all-time greats. He's dealt with their ego. So, like, I don't feel like this situation is anything that he hasn't, you know what I mean? The Jimmy situation recently, like, so I feel like it'll just help him be able to focus strictly on hoop. We know Heat culture is different over that way, for real, compared to all the other NBA teams. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's the only team that makes sense as far as helping Ja the basketball player, helping Ja the person. People looking at like Miami old clubs, whatever the case may be. Nah, Pat Riley, real godfather that way. You see what I'm saying? So and they ain't with all this tanking shit, bruh. They thinking about championships over that way, no matter the roster. So I think that's just him being able to play meaningful basketball. I do kind of think the minute situation will be the same as it is in Memphis. I think Miami got a team, and if Memphis will buy low, they'll keep a lot of good, valuable pieces over there. They got a lot of good guard play and forward play that way. So, you Memphis, he'll, 28 minutes, 29, 32, 31, 33, 28, you know what I'm saying? Around that range. And of course, face of the franchise, borderline superstar. Yeah, he is a superstar, really. So of course you want to see more minutes on the floor. But I just think that culture will be different, you know what I mean? I think they'll fuck around and make another move possibly, but I just think Heat will be the best destination for Ja, for sure. I think we'll see a better Ja as far as on court, you feel me? I just think that culture, Ja need a culture like that as far as that will, like, gotta respect this shit. You gotta respect that coaching staff that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Number 2, Jonathan Kuminga, man. Like, that situation crazy. Because you got Golden State 22-19 as of today. They currently playing the Knicks. But it's like Jonathan Kuminga get DNPs. I'd rather him get DNPs than garbage time minutes if they, getting blown out wins or getting blown out. So it is a slight sign of respect there from the coaching staff. But I just think you just take a step back and look at it from a lens like this. Golden State 22-19. No, we all know they're in a tough Western Conference. Like, they're meaty. Jimmy even made a comment about, like, how they mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, any given night you got a chance, but if you look at it, they got a young, talented, two-way, high motor, high energy guy who just paid 20-something million, 25 if I ain't mistaken. So it's like, it's crazy. He probably, whatever the case may have been, that the public doesn't know. Okay, but why not? We all know that situation right there is beyond repair probably. You know what I'm saying? We all know that he's going to get traded when he's eligible to get traded this Thursday. But it's just like, why not be playing him to, 1, possibly get more wins. 2, you playing him ups his value. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why you not playing him? Now you going to get low ball offers because you're not playing him. So the people can't, you know what I'm saying? We can only go off what he has done, and we know Kuminga can hoop. You can't tell me everybody who's playing for Golden State is just clear as they better than Kuminga. Come on, man. That situation is crazy, but it be like that. It be like that in the NBA. I think he definitely needs a new opportunity, new scenery. I think whatever the Kings decide to do with their roster, I think the Kings will be a good fit. I said earlier in the offseason, a trade involving Lauri Markkanen and the Golden State around the Kuminga, deal would have been perfect. I think I think Miami can sneak in there. They got a lot of assets over there. Him and that culture would be nice. Because, again, I was just talking about with the Josh situation. That culture, you come in there to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. The detail work is different. The small details over there is different. I seen the clip of Norman Powell talking about something about a specific body fat, and man, it's different over there, bro. Like, it's different. I think that situation will be a little different and unique, but it'll fit him. And I think maybe You got the Kings, you got the Heat. I like it though, you know. But Detroit, it's a little sneaky, little team that can sneak in there for the Kuminga talk. You know, they got a couple assets, and I'm not talking about the Thompson twin. You can keep the Thompson twin for sure. Probably something, you know, around like a Tobias Harris with that contract. Maybe like a Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Detroit is a team to watch out for Kuminga. They got a couple assets. Yeah, I think the Heat for Ja. I think for Kuminga, you got the Heat, the Kings, and Detroit. Detroit Pistons. Detroit. Like, if you can have Cade surround him with a knockdown shooter like how they had Beasley last year. They got Duncan Robinson this year. The Thompson twin, a Kuminga, Jalen Duren. That's dangerous. That defensive lineup itself is dangerous. Like, yeah, I really like Kuminga to Detroit for sure. You heard it here first. House of Underdog talk. Number 3, angeloRussell, D-Lo. D-Lo definitely need a new change of scenery. He getting DMPs. Yeah, for sure. Like, that situation is different. This is no disrespect. This is actually great for this person, Jeremiah Robinson Earl. He got signed today on a 10-day contract and played today. D-Lo got a DNP. And again, that's big ups to shout out Jeremiah Robinson Earl. You know what I'm saying? 10-day contract, playing the same day, 21 minutes of burn, 12.7 boards, 2 steals, 62% from the field, 67% from the 3. You see what I'm saying? So, man, listen. Shout out that boy Jeremiah. But just saying, like, D-Lo getting a lot of DMPs. I thought this situation in Dallas was a great fit for him coming into the offseason. As far as, like, the pieces around him, being able to still play winning, meaningful basketball, having a shot to, you know, start at the 1, but really being able to show like he's an impactful basketball player. Kind of the complete opposite starting the season. I remember like the first 2 preseason games maybe, they started D-Lo, and it looked solid though, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't overstepping. He was more so the point guard, like the playmaker, like trying to make sure everybody else in position, getting to their spots, feeding them first. I remember even one time it was a nice ass half court alley-oop to Cooper Flag. I said, oh yeah, like this gonna be solid for Coop, like especially until Kyrie get back, you know what I'm saying? D-Lo, underrated playmaker, unique playmaker too. But I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be, yeah. And it's gonna open up D-Lo game, because being able to play with AD, that chemistry there, and being able to play with a Lively or a Gafford at the 5, because he a pick and roll player. Then they got the defenders, Najee Marshall, PJ, Cool. They got the shooters and Clay. Oh, this is gonna be a perfect fit for D-Lo, like as far as for the player D-Lo and the team Dallas Mavericks, because it's a great fit. But I don't know, J-Kidd rotation's been kind of questionable to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, him starting Coop at point guard at the beginning of the year. Like, Cooper naturally a point forward. You feel me? The IQ naturally gonna come. But yeah, I think it's been a short leash for D'Lo, and I made a video on D'Lo earlier. But it's a short leash on D'Lo for sure. The effort on defense is probably a reason for sure. And I just feel like I said it in the previous video, he can definitely improve on that end of the floor. He hasn't peaked in that department though. He has not peaked as a defender. I think he can become a better off-ball defender, being able to help and get back and stay down, shit like that. But yeah, it's definitely a short leash. A lot of, narratives out there. Just, any clip, you can find any clip from any player at any game. They can have 10 good clips, but we had one bad clip, and they not, especially a national televised team like that, and just run with it, continue to run with it game by game. So, I mean, he's in that Kaminga department, really. Couple two ways for Dallas playing right now with D'Lo, but it is what it is. I think the situation with him would have to be, I would love a trade with him and AD to Atlanta for Zachariah. That first pick, that first number 1 overall pick they drafted maybe 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think that something involving that, and probably they said something about Porzingis, and probably that contract, but something like that, because you can continue to go young, and you add a long, versatile defender in Zachariah alongside Coop. That length is crazy. And then the second complimentary piece would have to be, it would be nice depending on who that contract would match up to be. I think an AD and D'Lo to Atlanta trade would be nice for D'Lo. I think a Houston trade, D'Lo getting to Houston, filling in that point guard, spot, especially with Fred VanVleet being out with the torn ACL. I think that'll open it up even more for Kevin Durant and Sengun, because just being able to add more space into the floor for those two main guys. Now the lane open up for the Thompson twin. You see what I'm saying? So I think the Houston fit will be beneficial for the time being, especially this year. Because D'Lo is definitely, you don't want him on a rebuilding team. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't really make sense for that. I would like the Clippers, D'Lo to the Clippers for something, because the Clippers, to me, they need more scoring off that bench. I think they on a little roll as of now, but with Bradley Beal being out for the year, Norman Powell being with the Heat, Bradley Beal was kind of gonna fill that role, and him being out for the year, Bogey in and out of rotation. I just feel like the Clippers would need another little spark off the bench. D'Lo's still capable of starting for sure, but I'm talking about on winning, meaningful teams, just playing for something. The Clippers would be an option to me. Shit. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Before Orlando traded for Desmond Bane, I thought D'Lo to Orlando would have been nice, but I don't really like it now. You know what I'm saying? That was just before they made that move. like that. If Toronto can make a move, you feel me? Something involving RJ Barrett, another complimentary piece, you feel me? For an AD and D-Lo situation, I would like that. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice. That would be nice. But yeah, I think for D-Lo, I think the Hawks, the Clippers, the Raptors. Right? That's it, right? Yeah. Oh, and the Rockets. The Hawks, the Rockets, the Clippers, sleeper, the Raptors. You feel me? Those is 3 players who I think, need that trade. They need a trade. They need a new opportunity to help impact winning meaningful basketball. Not go to a rebuilding situation, but go to a situation where they feel wanted, where the leash isn't that short, where it's just a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? It's different. The Kuminga and D-Lo situation is different. You don't feel wanted. You getting DNPs. You know you can help the team. The team know you can help the team. And it's just something else internally going on. Not for me to speak on. I ain't here to do all that. I can't say I disagree with, Kerr and J. Kidd's rotation. Memphis rotation wise, they be winning games. You know what I'm saying? They be winning sometimes without Ja, majority of the times. But Ja still need a new breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? I do agree Ja the franchise. Playoff meaningful basketball, Ja need to be on the floor. Simple as day. That's great regular season tactics, but playoff basketball, Ja needs to be on the floor 34, 35, 36 plus minutes a game for sure. But yeah, man. Ja to Miami is the only team I think makes sense. Kuminga, Miami, you got Detroit, and you got Sacramento. D-Lo, you got Atlanta, Houston, Clippers, sleeper, the Raptors. You see what I'm saying? 3 players who I think will get traded. 3 players who I think those teams that I mentioned is a good spark to their career. It's the NBA, man. You gotta weather that storm. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Stay even kill. Shout out, we fuck with Ja, bro. Shout out Ja, man. You got the whole youth behind you. I think Pat Riley, I fuck with Pat. I think Pat Riley really helped that situation right there. I fuck with Pat Riley. Shout out Pat Riley. I fuck with Heat culture. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kuminga. I don't know what Golden State got going on. Because they really missed with the James Wiseman, because that was the Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball draft. So currently, yes, y'all did win a ship, but currently, right now, as I'm making this vid, y'all could have had one of those 2. Or who else is in there? Tyrese Halliburton could have, it was just other players in there that they at that point now where it's you good. You got that young piece. They down there where they at currently. You see what I'm saying? And then the current youngin you got, you not playing. Kuminga, that situation over with. So it's Kuminga overcome this in a new situation for sure. Unless they can still work out something with Lloyd marketing, which I don't think so. But unless they can still do that, then cool. But Kuminga overcome this, man. We fuck with Kuminga. D-Lo, I think D-Lo, definitely needs a new situation. I think he can impact the team, especially offensively. He can get better on the defensive end. I fuck with D-Lo. You know, all the narratives going around and shit, you know, cool, but I remember trade deadline low. You know what I'm saying, with the Lake Show. See what I'm saying? If he can get that opportunity to still be him, and as far as like the leash isn't that short, not saying you got the green light, but you got the light to like, if you coming in with the second unit, like this your second unit, if it's a Clipper situation, like, hey, we need you to be D-Lo. You see what I'm saying? We don't need you to turn 9 shots because you feel like you're going to get pulled from the game, X, Y, and Z, you know? So, you know, every situation is different, but, you know, thank him to that Clippers, it will really allow him to be more him and more free and help impact winning in his unique way, but also complement a team. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. House of Underdog talk, man. House of Underdog pod, man. Stay tuned.